Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to do something a little, well, unprecedented here. We're going to completely strip away all the emotion, the crazy fan bias, and the stadium noise. Instead, we're going to analyze Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi like we're looking under the hood of a FIFA performance engine.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if the whole GOAT debate isn't actually an opinion at all, but a measurable algorithm? Let's dive right into this concept and see what happens when we rely purely on data, on efficiency, and on strict football intelligence to evaluate true sporting dominance. Spoiler alert, we get absolute clarity. Okay, to pull this off, we need to look at some specific tech specs. First up, let's talk about goal efficiency. Basically, this is a player's ability to produce a goal contribution while requiring fewer attacking actions, fewer shots, or fewer minutes played. It's not just about how much you score, it's about the energy and resources required to actually pull it off. And trust me, this metric is absolutely crucial for our breakdown today.
To make sense of it all, we'll be moving through 6 main phases today: the science of the GOAT, scoring volume versus efficiency, creation and playing style, adaptation over 15 years, trophies and total impact, and finally, 2 versions of perfection. Let's get right into it.
Starting off with Phase 1, the science of the GOAT, evaluating systems. Look, for over 15 years, the football world has been entirely split between these two incredible forces. But if we view them through a purely emotional lens, we just end up with endless circular arguments, right? But when we shift our perspective and view them as tactical algorithms, literally as 2 entirely different systems of dominance operating on the pitch, a much clearer, almost scientific picture begins to emerge.
Which brings us to Phase 2, scoring, volume versus efficiency. So when we actually break down the mechanics of how they score, a really stark contrast pops up. Ronaldo is fundamentally categorized as the volume scorer. He generates an extremely high number of shots and goals across all competitions. Messi, on the other hand, is the efficiency engine. He operates with a significantly higher conversion rate.
Check this out. While Ronaldo pushes a naturally higher shot volume, which is incredible in its own right, the scientific analysis proves Messi consistently requires fewer attacking actions to produce a goal. He essentially boasts a better goal-per-minute ratio, maximizing nearly every single touch to achieve that final outcome. It's wildly efficient. Moving on to Phase 3, creation and playing style. All right, let's dive into Messi's playmaking matrix. The metrics here are just off the charts. He leads significantly in key passes, chance creation, dribbling success, and progressive playmaking. He functions as this crazy hybrid of a playmaker and a striker. Basically, his internal programming ensures he's continuously involved in spatial manipulation and moving the ball up the pitch.
Now, flip the script to Ronaldo. He operates as a high-risk, high-reward striker module. His data absolutely spikes when it comes to elite aerial ability, literally perfect penalty box positioning, and explosive finishing. He isn't bogged down by complex build-up play. No, his entire system is hyper-focused on dominating the absolute final phase of the attack.
So here's the crucial takeaway. Ronaldo acts as the ultimate finisher. Full stop. Messi acts as a system controller who builds and finishes attacks. They are executing completely different primary functions out there, which is exactly why comparing them on a simple one-to-one basis is, well, scientifically flawed.
Next up is Phase 4, adaptation over 15 years.
Listen, both of these guys maintained an elite level of consistency for over 15 years. Let's put that into perspective. In professional sports, where a player's knees usually give out by the time they hit 32, that is a massive, massive statistical anomaly. Both remained at the absolute peak, but the way their decline curves look, entirely different. To maintain his jaw-dropping scoring dominance, Ronaldo adapted in very distinct steps. He started out as this explosive, dynamic winger, but as the physical load increased, he adapted. He shifted his role entirely to central finishing, essentially conserving his energy by waiting in the box for the exact perfect moment to strike. It maximized his final output brilliantly. Messi? He took a completely different path. From a dynamic, roaming attacker, he purposefully reduced his physical running load by dropping much deeper into the midfield. He actually increased his playmaking control while literally running less. We're talking about 2 brilliant biological and tactical adaptations, both resulting in sustained elite performance.
Okay, Phase 5, trophies and total impact. So what happens when we combine all these metrics into a total impact index? Well, a clear divide emerges. Messi slightly edges out in system-wide influence. We're talking individual awards, team trophies, and overall peak performance seasons. But Ronaldo definitively leads in multi-league adaptability, massive international goal volume, and sheer Champions League scoring dominance. Basically, Messi rules system-wide influence, while Ronaldo rules scoring dominance across diverse, challenging environments.
And that brings us to our final phase. Phase 6. Two versions of perfection.
If we truly strip out the emotion like we promised at the start, the numbers tell us this isn't even a debate about who's actually better. It's just not. Ronaldo represents the ultimate goal-finishing algorithm. Messi represents the complete football intelligence system. Their base code is just fundamentally different. To quote a really profound way of looking at this, football didn't give us one GOAT. It gave us two different versions of perfection. So if the cold hard data proves we are simply looking at two distinct, equally elite versions of sporting perfection, how does this objective truth change the way you watch the game today? Think about that next time you see them step onto the pitch. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, always keep questioning the data.